Okay, on this video I'm going to show you a quick way of marking up a die board onto a die plate. In this example I'll show you how to find the crosshairs and the centering of the die. So what I've done already is find the halfway point centered of either side, mark them with a tape measure and just a Sharpie marker on either side, and then use the straight edge to hit a set of crosshairs. What you also want to do is you want to inspect the die to make sure that you don't have any raised rule. None of the board itself is cracked. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the die plate on top of the die board on the back side, and what I'm going to do is I'm looking down through the holes to find that line that I just draw. So what I'll do is I'll slide it around. So right now I have the center mark. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move it around and try to find the halfway point of the other board. Okay, so that's one part right there. That's the other. So right now I have the crosshair. So here and here I see the line, and then there and there I see the line. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my marker and I'm going to simply just draw the circles around, and that'll allow us a template so where we're going to actually drill our holes for our T-nuts. Now this is only meant to support the die itself, so it's just a matter of the weight. So when the die itself goes up and down on the ram, it just stays put, that's all. So we don't have to add more than a couple. 2 or 3, sometimes 4 screws is all you need. So now I'm going to go ahead and lift that up out of the way and set that down. So now what I've left is I have crosshairs with all those dots, and that'll allow me to inspect where those dots are. So these dots here are too close to the rule. So as a general rule of thumb, it cannot be a ½ inch or less away. So we're going to disregard all this and concentrate on these two. These two are far enough away. If we had to shift or offset the die only by a couple inches, we could cheat that way. But ideally the die itself would be centered on the die board. Helps the material run easier, as well as equalize the pressure on that. So these are what I'm going to go ahead and drill through. So just with a punch. Okay. And I already have a cordless drill set up with a 1564 drill bit. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to drill that down through. Okay, and what you also want to do is make sure that when you drill this, you don't have any issues with any of the ejection rubber at all or anything like that. So that's already been done. Okay, and also I have some foam here to make sure that we're not damaging the die itself. So you want to make sure you have a clean and soft work surface. Brush all the residue off here, the sawdust, get that out of the way. Again, cleanliness on the die is definitely important. So now I have my crosshairs drilled, or I'm sorry, cross holes marked and holes drilled. Flip the die over. Okay, we have a couple nice clean holes. So these are the T-nuts that we're going to wind up using. So we're going to just use the hammer again. We're going to go ahead and we're going to seat these T-nuts right into there. Okay. Started. Okay. Also, too, you want to make sure if you're ever going too close with the hammer on any of the rules, that's a big no-no. So make sure that the span is far enough away and you're not actually going to hit the rule. So that's it. So now what we have done is we've got our setup here. So now when we go ahead and mount the die board to the die plate, we're going to go ahead and use couple screws, and I'll show you that in the next video, okay?